Yo, what's going on, guys? Frankie Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. Before we get started, though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And let's get right into it. So it's going to be a pretty quick video, considering how slow this week really is. You can see, looking at the earnings calendar, we have two companies reporting, all from the 23rd all the way to the 27th. Not too much going on with earnings, so we can go ahead and skip that for the big part, and then go into our watch list. So going to NQ and ES, they look the exact same. It's going to be the same exact range in their own perspective. So going to NQ here on the 4-hour time frame, you guys can see that we are stuck between 21,000. If my chart would like to zoom in here, there we go. You can see that we are stuck between 21,000, which is the low from this week, and then stuck under the 22,400 area. You can see we closed at roughly 21,600, which is roughly the midway point for NQ for the current moment. So for what I'm doing with NQ is I'm going to keep it pretty simple because of how weird this week is, concerning some days are half days and we have one day off this week. It's going to be a pretty strange week as far as day trading goes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be looking at the two ranges. I'm either looking at 21,000 for a continuation to the downside or at 22,000 for a continuation to the upside. Now, like I had mentioned just previously, if I go to ES here, ES, SPY, whatever you like to use, you can see that we are in its own exact same range. So you can see that we closed at around 6,000, and the high is around 6160, and the low that we made is around that 5850 area. So roughly around 150 points away from each side, from the upside or the downside. So same story than Q, I'm going to be using with ES. So I'm either looking at 5850 or around that 5850, 5860 for a continuation to the downside, or I'll be looking at 6150 to 6160 for a continuation to the upside. Now, this is a really big range, so who knows if we even get up to either that upside or the downside, considering how short this week is, but you never know, right? I mean, we saw one of the biggest crashes since COVID this past Wednesday, so anything is on the table at this point with the end of year coming to a close here, and, you know, ES and NQ wiping away a lot of its gains. So anything can happen, everything's on the table. And I just mentioned previously on the beginning of this video is that it is a pretty short watch list, guys. There is not too much going on. I'm not going to look too deep into any setups that are mediocre for you guys, because stock hours just doesn't do that. We try not to give you guys mediocre setups. As far as any setups that have actually been developing for I want to say for a while, but that are worthwhile, I would probably say it's Tesla. Tesla is the only stock I have that is part of my main watch list. I have two side watch list setups, but those are kind of whatever. They're mediocre, not the craziest setup. So that's why I'm really just sticking with this main setup on Tesla. Is the setup either at 418 with room down to 415, and then after 415 I'm be looking at 410 for a continuation to the downside. Now, a lot of people would ask themselves, why is Tesla part of the main watch list and why are these A+ setups? Well, the continuation and the sell-off that Tesla has had when it comes to breaking down, it is just immaculate. Now, the contracts are expensive, but because the contracts are expensive doesn't mean they're not worthwhile playing. It's just they're more expensive because of the expected move that Tesla is expected to make throughout the day. That's why they're expensive. That's why the premiums are jacked up like no other. But going into this week, I'm going to be looking at the same exact way that I've been trading Tesla, just how I did this previous week, is just kind of waiting for a bounce and then waiting for that retest at the downside. That's usually the way I've been trading it, unless it has some sort of crazy volatility or momentum coming down to its key level to the downside. That's the only way I would ever consider a first-time entry on that to the downside. But those would be the levels I'd be looking at Tesla. And that's all I would be looking at for Tesla for this week, honestly. If we see more downside, obviously stock hours will keep you in touch if you're in the Discord. But if not, then you're missing out, guys. But like I just mentioned, though, it is a really short watch list, not too much going on. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the week, enjoy the holidays, and be safe with your family, guys. Peace out.